Hey you guys, I just finished a workout at Orange Theory, so I'm really sweaty. I've been on vacation, so I haven't been making videos, and I'm in a town that's much smaller than San Diego, which is more laid back, and the people are so much friendlier, and I'm reminded of this every time I travel to other parts of the country with small towns. The people are so much friendlier than in San Diego. There's no rush hour traffic. People are friendlier, it's laid back, On the downside, the weather sucks, especially in winter and summer. And today's May 1st, and I'm wearing a winter coat. What I wanted to say was just thinking about, there was a lady at the Orange Theory. She complimented me afterwards on my good form, and that was so sweet because I work really, really hard on my Pilates and my training, and just being recognized for that effort is just really fulfilling and satisfying, more than some guy whistling at me or something, which is nothing. And and then I ran into her at the coffee shop again with her family, and she was just such a beautiful, happy person. And I thought, I like people like this. And it made me think about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, which I've been following with great interest because I'm so interested in relationships. And I'm not going to go into it here. You'll have to research it for yourself. She came on really sweet. She's actually was diagnosed, according to the court testimony, with borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. She had a lot of love bombing in the beginning, and he totally fell for her. But his alcoholism and opiate addiction, coupled with her very abusive throwing things at him, throwing a vodka bottle that chopped off his finger, accusing him of things, refusing to sign the prenup, making excuses. I mean, they were married 15 months. They've been divorced 6 years, and the court, and she's still causing him pain and trauma. And I think the worst part for Johnny Depp was that his children thought that he was an abusive person, which he isn't. She accused him of all these things, and people believed the woman. I mean, I think of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. These women who come on really beautiful. You guys have to be very careful of these very beautiful, charming women that love bomb you. They bring out what I call their representative. It's not who they really are. They put on a big show because they're not being real. There's some people who are just real all the time. I consider myself one of those people. Yes, I get triggered, but I don't come on with a false front to love bomb you. And a lot of people don't, but there are people who don't know who they really are. So they come on with this really sweet facade, and beautiful women can get away with that. And then the facade drops pretty soon because the moment they feel slighted, or they see their partner's imperfection, or they feel disrespected, and they're overly sensitive to being slighted, disrespected, or ignored, usually due to abandonment issues. Apparently Amber's father was hit her a lot. I don't know what else happened. I'd be interested in hearing that part. I haven't followed the whole trial. And so they have all these defenses up, and they don't see the world from a calm place. The point of it is, I'm sure he regrets the day he ever met her. And the interesting testimony was, I listened to it this morning, the moment he fell in love with her, he had actually hired her. This is the interesting part. He was the one that hired her, or his agents, they chose her to be in that movie Rum Diary. And she was just another actress on the set. And there was a scene in the shower, apparently. The way that she kissed him, that's when he started feeling all these things that he said he wasn't supposed to feel. Because she was married to a woman, and he was married to Vanessa and a father. And he started having all these feelings that he wasn't supposed to feel. That's when it started. That's the moment he fell in love with her. And it was that kiss. And I don't know what year that movie was. But that's why you guys also have to be careful not to fall for someone just because you had a great date, or you had a great kiss, or you had a great romp in the bed. That doesn't mean that that's the one, that it's a sign from God. It doesn't mean any of that. It just probably could be a trauma activation. And in that case, where Johnny Depp felt like, oh my God, this is something intense. I don't know exactly how it happened, but since they were both married to other people, they must have divorced those other people to be with each other. And the relationship went pretty good for a few months. And then since then, it was years and years of pain and agony and embarrassment. And in the end, she accused him of battery, which made him lose all of his movie roles, where he was the one that got her started, really gave her stardom, whatever she had. And then she destroyed his career. He built her career and she destroyed it. And then he was, as soon as she moved into the penthouse, then she started bringing all her friends into the penthouse and just living off of his money. And 15 months later, when they divorced, he had to pay her $7 million. She wanted it all tax-free. I mean, the woman is very... Now, I don't think she's as pretty anymore as she was, because her anger and all that is starting to show on her face, and the Botox can't take that away. But, I think Johnny Depp would have been much better off with that woman in the coffee shop. And I think that's why sometimes men do marry the waitress, because ultimately what men want is just somebody sweet and happy. I ran a poll on my Twitter about, what's most important to you when you hire an escort? I was just wondering. I said, is it the rate? Is it her attractiveness, or how nice she is? And overwhelmingly, the men chose nice. That's what they want. And that's what I want too. It's, when I'm around other people, I always think, how do I feel around them? What's their energy like? Are they happy? Are they sad or depressed? Do they have good energy? Are they sluggish? How reactionary are they? How good are they in making peace? Their personality becomes so much more important than how they look. And that's what I think we have to keep in mind when we think about making friends or selecting partners, is the personality of the people. Ultimately, I think we all have to be our own bubble of joy to whatever extent we can. And then we have to learn to be relational. In Amber and Johnny's case, it was hard for them to be relational. She had all this personality disorders that she hadn't healed, and he was an alcoholic and an opiate addict, which he said he just wanted to numb his emotional pain. He says Elton John is the one that helped him get sober, and he talks about how he went through the detox and how awful it was. And he seems like, he's learned a lot from this. But the point of this is, having the wrong partner in your life can really bring you down. And having the right partner, a good person in your life, can really improve your life a lot. How they are with money, how they handle themselves, their reactivity. And that's what I really wanted to talk about. I'm not going to talk about my personal life, like where I am and why I'm here and any of that, because that's not for the internet. I've learned that people look me up and they find my address and they want to mail me things and they want to send me emails and they want to pry into my personal life, and I don't get paid enough to make my personal life public. These people like Johnny Depp, who are really famous, have paparazzi following them. Their life has to be public. And that's part of fame. I think that the more famous you are and money you make off of your fame, the more people have access to you. And I don't make any money off my fame, so to speak. So people shouldn't have access to me. That goes without saying. If I'm a famous author and people are buying my books, or a famous coach and people are following me, then I have that. Knowing about my personal life is part of it. Something I have to accept. But I don't. I have been more and more pulling back and wanting to be private. And I'm trying to figure out more what I want to do with this YouTube channel. I was monetizing my videos, but for the $60 a month, it's not worth it for me to keep going on my laptop and hitting monetize, which I have to do for every video, and make you guys sit through these ads. So I'm not going to monetize my videos anymore. So that's the good news. You guys are listening to me go on and on. You shouldn't have to listen to an ad on top of it. So anyway, thanks for watching my video, you guys. And the title of this is going to be Choose Your Friends Carefully. Fortunately, my ex-husband was really good, and my kids turned out pretty well, but a lot of people are really messed up from their parents. Let's see, I gotta think. What is a good title for this video? I have to think about it. I don't know yet. Thank you for watching, though.